Arc Raiders is one of the most graphically advanced games to date. Arc Raiders is a landmark in visual fidelity, pushing the boundaries of what real-time rendering can achieve in modern video games. Developed by Embark Studios using Unreal Engine, the game showcases a level of detail and realism that rivals even high-end CGI sequences from blockbuster films. From the reflective surfaces of metallic debris to the nuanced animations of dust kicked up by robotic enemies, Arc Raiders sets a new benchmark for immersion through graphical design. One of the standout features of Arc Raiders is its photorealistic environmental detail. The game world is a vast, open landscape filled with derelict structures, overgrown vegetation, and weathered ruins that respond dynamically to player movement and environmental factors. Rainwater trickles realistically down walls, wind rustles grass and leaves, and lighting changes with the time of day to create an atmosphere that feels alive and tangible. The fidelity of these elements transforms exploration into an awe-inspiring experience. Lighting and shadow implementation in Arc Raiders is another area where it demonstrates exceptional advancement. Global illumination, ray-traced reflections, and ambient occlusion contribute to scenes that react to light and darkness in a physically accurate manner. Whether it's the sharp contrast of sunlight piercing through ruined structures or the soft, diffused glow of a stormy afternoon, the interplay of light and shadow is executed with cinematic precision. Character models and animations in Arc Raiders reflect a similarly high standard of quality. The enemy machines, hulking, multi-limbed automatons, are rendered with intricate mechanical details, from exposed servos to glimmering surface textures that reflect their environment. Player characters, too, are animated with a fluidity and realism rarely seen outside motion capture-heavy titles. Their gear shows where reacts to the weather, and conveys a gritty sense of survival in a hostile world. Arc Raiders also utilizes cutting-edge particle effects and volumetric rendering to enhance the game's chaotic, battle-heavy sequences. Explosions scatter sparks and smoke that swirl convincingly in the wind. Dust clouds roll realistically over terrain, obscuring vision and reacting to player movement. These effects not only provide visual spectacle but contribute to tactical gameplay, as environmental visibility becomes a factor during combat. The game's user interface and HUD are minimalist and clean, allowing players to stay immersed in the visual environment without distractions. Real-time indicators and subtle cues are woven seamlessly into the gameplay, enhancing the cinematic quality while avoiding the overuse of on-screen clutter that plagues many modern titles. This design choice underlines Embark Studios' commitment to visual storytelling through environment and action. From a technical perspective, Arc Raiders demonstrates mastery of next-gen rendering technologies. The game's support for high resolutions, HDR, ultra-wide aspect ratios, and ray tracing puts it firmly in the upper echelon of graphical showcases. Performance optimization is equally impressive. Despite its visual ambition, the game runs smoothly on modern hardware, a testament to its efficient engineering and scalable architecture. Another key component of Arc Raiders' graphical prowess is its use of AI-assisted environmental design and procedural generation. Terrain feels handcrafted but is underpinned by sophisticated algorithms that ensure a diverse, realistic world without repetitiveness. Rocks, foliage, and man-made elements appear in natural configurations that mimic real-world randomness, enhancing immersion while maintaining visual coherence. Beyond raw technical capability, Arc Raiders benefits from a cohesive art direction that balances realism with aesthetic identity. The color grading leans toward a desaturated, melancholic palette punctuated by vibrant effects from enemy weapons and skybound anomalies. This visual language communicates the game's narrative themes of desperation, resilience, and confrontation against the unknown. Audio-visual synchronization is also handled with remarkable precision. Gunshots echo off distant structures, mech footsteps rumble through the earth with satisfying weight, and ambient sounds are layered to build tension in quiet moments. These elements are tightly integrated with visuals, creating a sensory feedback loop that deepens the player's emotional engagement and believability of the world. The game's weather systems are another standout, both visually and mechanically. Dynamic weather not only alters the lighting and mood but also impacts gameplay and visibility. Storms roll in with towering clouds and cascading rain, reducing contrast and adding dramatic flair to encounters. The seamless transitions between weather states underscore the engine's ability to handle complex environmental shifts in real time. One of the most groundbreaking aspects of Arc Raiders' graphical design is its destruction physics. Structures collapse believably under stress, debris reacts to blast waves, and terrain can be temporarily reshaped by heavy impacts. This interactivity bridges the gap between visual spectacle and gameplay mechanics, offering a sandbox where visuals are not just for show, they actively influence strategy and movement. The game's cinematic presentation further elevates its visual achievement. Camera angles, depth of field, and motion blur are used with restraint and purpose, creating sequences that feel pulled straight from a sci-fi action film. Cutscenes transition fluidly into gameplay, eliminating visual dissonance and preserving the illusion of an uninterrupted experience. Even under scrutiny, Arc Raiders holds up impressively in still images and slow-motion analysis. Textures are rich in detail, with materials behaving realistically under various lighting conditions. From fabric and leather to metal and glass, the surface fidelity reflects a level of polish that speaks to the studio's meticulous attention to detail and understanding of physical materials. In conclusion, Arc Raiders is not just a visually beautiful game, it is a technological statement. It represents the culmination of current-gen capabilities in real-time rendering, material simulation, and environmental storytelling. Every element, from particle effects to lighting and procedural world design, works in concert to immerse players in a world that feels stunningly real. As a result, Arc Raiders earns its place among the most graphically advanced games to date, setting a new standard for what's possible in interactive visual media.